Me when I leave my chewed up apple core on a supermarket shelf because I can't find a bin. My ex-wife when I suggested she might try using reason and logic to deal with a problem rather than letting her hormones and emotions dictate her approach.
That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
And this is my swiping strategy on dating apps.
And then the 30 million a day we're reaching conservatively becomes 90 million, 150 million, 200 million, 500 million. If we achieve chain reaction, we will defeat this permutation of the New World Order.
Hello folks and welcome back to the show. So today, something different today. I'm going to do my top 3 gender bender fragrances. Fragrances marketed towards women which I think smell great on a man. Let me know what you think about these 3 selections. Before we do that, don't forget that my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is Fragrance Samples UK. They've got a stunning array of designer and niche fragrances there, and I've got a code for you. My code MrSmelly10 gets you 10% off across their site. My recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's decantboutique.com, and that code MrSmelly10 also works there. They've got a stunning range of fragrances there too. Both sites are linked in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get stuck into it. So folks, we have 3 beauties for you. I'll go with the real controversial one first. I've seen lots of people on a couple of people on Fragrantica saying this is headache or vomit inducing. I think it smells great. Moschino Femme Eau de Toilette. Moschino Femme Eau de Toilette. This is a 1987 release. I found a 75ml bottle for around £25 in the UK. I think this is a really beautiful fragrance. It's described as an amber fragrance. Your note listing is galbanum, marigold, plum. We also have freesia, nutmeg, carnation, honeysuckle, pepper, ylang-ylang, rose, gardenia, amber, sandalwood, patchouli, vanilla, and musk. And it's just really, really beautiful. A very prominent rose note in there. It's very dapper and dandyish, I think, on a man. I did see one other person on Fragrantica say that it works, he thinks, well on a man, so I'm not the only one. And I don't get anything that would be headache-inducing or vomit-inducing. Some people saying a bit grandmotherish. I just don't get it. I think it's a really great classic, gentlemanly or refined, womanly smelling for just a clean-cut, beautiful, crisp, floral fragrance with character and depth, and I find it really, really charming. A slight reminiscence to me, perhaps because of the shared rose note, of Habit Rouge by Guerlain. Maybe I'm just crazy. I really enjoy wearing this one from time to time. It's Moschino Femme, and no one else, or very few other men that you know, will be wearing this, so try it out. Great prices too. Also, folks, don't forget we have a great offer on at nortonandwilson.com where you can buy Gravitas Pour Homme for just £70 delivered or $90 delivered. nortonandwilson.com, and it's the amazing composition from our perfumer John Stephen. Next up, we have Mitsouko, Guerlain's Mitsouko, first released in 1919, a classic Chypre fragrance, and it was also favoured by Charlie Chaplin. So he figured this out over 100 years ago, maybe, that you can actually wear this one if you're a man. He apparently used to spray it all over his curtains too. Jacques Guerlain was the perfumer for this one. The note listing is bergamot, rose, jasmine, citruses, peach, ylang-ylang, rose, lilac, jasmine, oak moss, spices, vetiver, amber, and cinnamon. So it's a really, really beautiful classic take on the Chypre fragrance. I think maybe a fragrance genre that was started by Coty's Chypre in the early 20th century, and this another great exemplar of that style, a beautiful eau de toilette. So there are floral accords in here, there's bitter oak moss in the base, and a certain fresh greenness from the bergamot opening. Just a typical classic Chypre fragrance, really, really classy, gentlemanly stuff if a man wears it, I think, and you can pick it up online. I found one for about £64, and this is the eau de toilette version. I think it's a 75ml bottle. There's an eau de parfum too. I love the bottle design in the current modern version that they have out there, and I'm fine with the eau de toilette. You can try the eau de parfum too. I think it's a great gentlemanly fragrance if a man wears it, and it's exquisite stuff from one of the great historic French houses, a real in-the-know type house. French people of class and distinction and taste arguably don't go rushing out to buy Maison Francis Kurkdjian or Creed fragrances. Maybe some of the more tasteful ones go for Guerlain, and this is a true classic from that house. Men, you can totally wear this, trust me. And the third one is a leather fragrance. It's Cabochard from Gres. This was a 1959 release, and it's actually by the perfumer Bernard Chant, interestingly, because he also did Aramis by Aramis, and that is the 1966 release, and there is a similarity between these two. Both are kind of leathery fragrances. This one has notes of aldehyde, sage, spices, tarragon, something called asafoetida. I have absolutely no clue what that is. Lemon, fruity notes, geranium, orris root, rose, jasmine, ylang-ylang, leather, oak, moss, tobacco, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, musk and vetiver. I've got a bit on there It's really, really nice. It's a little bit like Aramis, which is sort of rugged, slightly leathery fragrance with a beautiful mix of florals and fresh notes too. Very refined and sophisticated fragrance, actually. And it's a little bit like a lighter, slightly more floral and freshly leaning cousin to Aramis by Aramis. Absolutely no reason why men can't wear this. I'm sure it smells amazing on women too. Really, really nice fragrance. Great affordable prices. I found it for £13.99. That's the real bargain of the bunch for a 100ml bottle. I kind of like the bottle design too. So great cabochard, and this is the Eau de Toilette version. Eau de Parfum version. I don't even know if there's an Eau de Toilette. I've got the Eau de Parfum. It's really great. I really enjoy this one. Check out great cabochard. If you'd like to support the channel, you can join me on Patreon or become a channel member here, where you get, in either of those places, you get an extra video each week, 2 choices of how you want to support me, and please consider signing up if you enjoy my somewhat unique content. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project, and although sometimes life can stink, at least we can always smell good. See you next time. Bye-bye.